Welcome to our deep dive into the world government of One Piece, the dominant global authority that shapes the world's politics, justice, and history. Today, we'll explore its origins, structure, key figures, and the secrets that make it one of the most formidable forces in the series. The world government was established over 800 years ago following the Void Century, a mysterious period erased from history. It was formed by an alliance of 20 kingdoms that defeated the Great Kingdom, a powerful and advanced civilization. These 20 monarchs united to create a new world order, with 19 of them relocating to Mary Geoise, atop the Red Line, while the Nefertari family returned to rule Arabasta. At the top of the world government's hierarchy is a secretive figure known as Imu. Little is known about them, but they sit on the empty throne, symbolically meant to show no one rules over the world. Yet Imu does, operating behind the scenes and issuing commands to the highest authorities. Beneath Imu are the 5 elders, or Gorosei. They are the public face of supreme authority and handle all major decisions. Dressed in suits and appearing as elderly men, they maintain the government's absolute control. Their reach spans politics, military affairs, and the manipulation of history. Directly below them is the Celestial Dragons, descendants of the original 20 kings who founded the world government. They live in luxury and impunity in Mary Geoise, believing themselves to be gods. They control massive wealth and power and often abuse their status without consequence. Their tyranny is one of the key reasons the Revolutionary Army exists. The world government oversees over 170 affiliated countries. These nations maintain autonomy in their internal governance but pledge allegiance to the government. In return, they receive protection, political favor, and the right to attend the Reverie, a global council where world leaders meet to discuss major issues. The Marines act as the government's military arm. They enforce laws, protect affiliated nations, and combat pirates. The Fleet Admiral reports directly to the Gorosei. The Marines are responsible for maintaining order and are often the public face of justice. However, their interpretation of justice varies greatly, from absolute to moral, depending on the officer. The now-defunct 7 warlords of the sea were privateers sanctioned by the government to maintain balance. Pirates like Crocodile, Doflamingo, and Mihawk were allowed to operate freely in exchange for loyalty. However, this system was abolished due to repeated betrayals and growing public resentment. Another arm of the government is CP, Cypher Paul. These intelligence agencies handle espionage, assassination, and secret operations. They range from CP0 to CP9, with CP0 being the most elite and dangerous. They work directly under the Celestial Dragons and often appear in politically sensitive or high-risk missions. The world government also controls and censors historical knowledge. The Void Century is forbidden to study. Any attempt to research it, or to decipher poneglyphs, is punishable by death. This suppression is why the Ohara scholars were exterminated, and it's a key reason Nico Robin is hunted. The control of history ties into the government's fear of the ancient weapons, Pluton, Poseidon, and Uranus. These weapons were created during the Void Century and have the power to destroy the world. The government has gone to great lengths to prevent their rediscovery, fearing they could be used to challenge its rule. Despite their emphasis on law and order, the world government is deeply corrupt. Many celestial dragons are shown to be cruel, using slaves and indulging in violent acts with impunity. Even within the Marines, officers like Akainu represent absolute justice, a philosophy that allows for extreme measures, often at the cost of innocent lives. This hypocrisy is a central theme in One Piece. While the government claims to protect peace, it often causes destruction. They use pirates as tools, rewrite history, and silence dissent, all to maintain their grip on power. One of the most shocking examples of their control is the Buster Call, a military protocol that orders the complete annihilation of an island. It was used against Ohara and nearly used against Enies Lobby. It symbolizes the government's willingness to erase threats at any cost. The Revolutionary Army, led by Monkey D. Dragon, was founded to oppose the world government's oppression. They operate in secret, liberating nations and gathering allies. The clash between Dragon's forces and the government is one of the most anticipated conflicts in the series. The government's influence extends into the New World, but its power is not absolute. The four emperors, especially figures like Shanks and Blackbeard, rival the government in strength and influence. The rise of Luffy and the fall of the warlords show that the world's balance is shifting. The world government is more than just a ruling body. It's a symbol of control, oppression, and manipulation. But it's also fragile. With rising pirate activity, the Revolutionary Army gaining momentum, and secrets from the Void Century resurfacing, its reign may be nearing its end. As One Piece approaches its final saga, the truth behind the government, the Void Century, and the ancient weapons will likely be revealed. Understanding the world government helps us grasp the larger narrative themes of power, freedom, and the pursuit of truth. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell us who you think will bring down the world government in the end. See you next time.